We're all about the Archers. I'm Philippa.
I'm Quentin.
And we're here to talk to you all about what's happened so far this week. We will be focusing particularly on the episodes of Sunday the 20th, Monday the 21st, and tonight, Tuesday the 22nd of April. You have been warned, there will be spoilers. Quentin, what do you think about tonight? What do you think about the week?
Well, there's a horrible phrase doing the rounds from Saskia, isn't there? The killing room.
Not nice at all.
Yes. It is the killing room, or is it the killing box? I think she said both, hasn't she? Anyway.
I think it's a killing room.
Killing room, yes.
I don't know.
Horrible phrase from a horrible woman.
Yes, I do not like Saskia one little bit.
No. And it's interesting hearing the transformation in Rochelle. As soon as she's talking to her, she's incredibly nervous, isn't she? And desperate to be accepted by this group. Clearly been excluded for a reason we don't know yet. But there's desperation and nervousness and fear in her voice, which I think the actor is conveying very well.
Yes.
Because she's putting up a front with Freddie, hardly subtly saying, "Oh, can I see even more areas? I want to be a trimmer now." I mean, come on, Rochelle.
Well, and come on, Freddie, how is he not realising he's looking for the person? He knows there's animal activists in the area now. She's just started there. She was trying to get in. I mean, it doesn't take Hercule Poirot to
not many brain cells, does it really? So, I mean, obviously Saskia is the bête noire at the moment. And how long she's going to be around, she's all set on burning bridges, isn't she? So she's teeing up Rochelle to say, look, you got to accept you will no longer be able to stay in Ambridge and be with your mum.
Do you think Rochelle's family, her children and partner, are in this commune or whatever it is?
Is it a commune? Is it a cult? Is it an activist group? It's got a bit of everything, I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking, is her partner part of the group?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
It's clunk. It's been all a bit clunky and lots of loose ends and lots of things being started. That's how it feels so far this week. So there's going to be some big resolutions, aren't there, in the next few weeks?
Yes. Do you think it might be quite soon, because the way Saskia needed Rochelle to come round and she was allowed to see everybody?
Yes. I wonder how much Rochelle has got to tell them about the layout, because she's asking to see all these areas from Freddie. She hasn't seen them yet, has she?
Well, she saw them on the tour. She just wants to get access again to put cameras in. And
yes, she wants more detailed access, doesn't she? So why the rush? Because Freddie's invited her to greet the visitors at this Academy Farmers social event. I think he said next Thursday. Did he say?
Yeah.
So I thought that would give her more access, because presumably they're all going to be shown round Casey meets. So it's whenever Rochelle's about, I'm extremely uneasy. She is making me feel very uneasy. Is she you?
I think it's very clever, though, how we've gone, or I certainly have gone from, first of all, really not liking her at all, thinking she was completely in the wrong, then seeing both sides as the revelations came about with her mum, and now this. I feel really sorry for Rochelle, and you don't know what circumstances have led her to be exposed to Saskia, and presumably it's come all from this background. So I think it's very clever.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to know everything immediately. Last week I was horribly wrong, and Katie was totally right. I was thinking, no, it won't be Rochelle who put the camera in. But yeah, where is this going to end? And my hope is that Rochelle is saved by somebody, whether it's Joy. Please don't let it be Helen. I don't want to have to like Helen. And I've got things to say about Helen tonight. But anyway, we'll focus on Rochelle for a minute. But yeah, where do you I hope there is
Well,
redemption and someone saves her
yeah,
before it's too late.
yeah, but I think did what she went through with Joy tip her this much into joining this cult or this group?
I think
I
it
mean,
did. I can imagine that it did. I don't know if
she
it
was
did, but I can
15. She
imagine.
was 15, wasn't she? I mean, I
But
sense
she's been desperate for a relationship with, a mother role, to fit in, to be part of something,
yeah,
easily hoodwinked.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being vegan and feeling that the way these abattoirs are run
Yeah.
are horrible, but it's
But it makes
taking
me
it a bit
wonder if
far.
there's more to come out of the Joy Rochelle backstory.
Oh, really?
Well, it seems to be. I just feel that I expect a bit more to explain why Rochelle's turned out this way. Because I mean, it's unforgivable what Joy did, but it wasn't for years, wasn't it? It was a number of weeks, wasn't it?
Well, it went on for years in terms of Joy not giving her the attention, and from that
Yes, but I
time
meant leaving
to
home.
now.
I meant leaving home for that period. Yeah,
Yes, but I
yeah,
just think it and not being in contact,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's decades, and that can seriously mess with your
I think
mind.
your theory that she has a need for belonging could well be the motivation. Um, when's it all going to happen? I mean, Saskia wants to meet tonight. Is it going to be the big Friday cliffhanger?
Are they going to get all this information? Are they going to be like the Borg and abstract all the information from Rochelle, and then Rochelle be left as a husk, assimilated and not her own person? I don't know. I think it could happen really soon.
Yes, I think yes. Saskia's in a rush,
Yes, and
but
doesn't care about Rochelle.
I don't like Saskia.
No,
Okay,
no. Thumbs down for
thumbs down for
Saskia.
Saskia. Yeah, yeah.
What about Joy? Thumbs down for Joy, or where are you with Joy at the moment this week so far?
Well, she makes a mean fish finger sandwich, so she's gone up in my estimation.
She does, but saying, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to make. I don't know what I've got in." You have literally just said you've got all the ingredients for a
Baked cauliflower.
cauliflower. So I don't understand why you're saying there's no ingredients. But yeah, 2 items this week. Come on, Naylor Ahmed. You might be a good script writer, but
Good on you, Nailhead.
okay. So what else have we got? We had Sunday. We had Jazza and his Morris dancing. We had the cricket match that we didn't hear about yesterday.
They got hammered.
They did.
Mm.
Do you think this is the way it's going to be from this moment onwards
What do you mean, the way it's going to be?
for the cricket team? Now they've gone up a league or a division or whatever it is. Are they going to be?
Oh, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle.
Yes.
Mainly because Lily is so annoying as director of cricket. God,
She's nasty
farcical.
to her brother as well.
Well, that's
isn't she?
farcical, isn't it? But anyway, I mean, they were quite sweet in the pub. They enjoyed each other's company. It was quite nice. I mean, they're always annoying together, but I mean, they seem to enjoy each other's annoying company together.
True.
Which is quite sweet.
True. And poor Freddie saying he wished he could just be playing laser tag with his friends.
With his friends, yes, yes. I had a way out, when he asked whether Lily wanted another drink, and she said, "Oh, I haven't finished this yet." I mean, is Freddie developing a drink problem? It was one of my more crazy ideas. And then Helen turning up and saying, "Cheer up." I thought, the last person you need in a pub to tell you to cheer up is Helen.
Yeah.
She was quite chirpy this week, hasn't she? She's been quite chirpy for Helen. She has.
But do you think Freddie's saying about how he wished he was playing laser with his friends, is that going, will there be guns at
No.
the abattoir? Will his words come back to haunt? Okay.
No.
Should we talk more about Helen then?
Well, I sense you're itching to do this. I mean, for Helen, she hasn't been bad.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not having this.
Okay.
Why is Helen so busy cleaning a kitchen that's already been cleaned
Agreed.
and not looking for a house? She simply has to type in right move and then she can see what houses there are. Why drag Henry back from the farm where he is happy, looking after the animals? And she says they've got to realise that Beechwood is not their forever home. Well, great way of doing it, Helen, to drag them back so they live there again and force them to share a room when they didn't have to when they were at Bridge Farm. How are the children going to understand? I'm sure it's going to work out fine. Sound the disaster bells the minute she said that. I'm really not happy with Helen and this nonsense about paying a fine to have a coffee and yes.
Well, I thought Pat on Sunday hit the nail on the head, and she says told her not to be daft for moving in with Tom and Helen. She said you'd be packed in. Sorry, we're moving with Tom and Natasha. She said you'd be packed in like sardines. And Helen's riposte was, well, I'm too comfortable on the farm. So, as you say, upset your kids. Henry is a surrogate goat dad, and not even look for a house.
And start looking to move into Beechwood, and then gets asked to go round to Joy's for a girls' night, to immediately take the boys back to Bridge Farm to be babysat. I mean...
Yes. I presume you were very sympathetic that she got a parking ticket.
If guffawing loudly is being sympathetic. If I was that traffic warden, I'd have stood there all day just waiting for it and moved a sign to say about the penalty. Yes. What do you think about Chelsea being so into the V-Day research and being so happy to see the kids?
Well, I mean, it's consistent. Chelsea loves the old styles, doesn't she? Particularly the hairstyles. So that completely rings true, and it's good to see Brad using his intelligence and his flair for researching things. And I'm always happy when the younger generations make an effort to find out about what happened in the past, because I like a bit of history, and I don't think enough people do pay enough attention to the past. And the point of history is that we learn from it, and sadly as a human race we don't. So good on you, Chelsea. I'm pleased that she's so enthusiastic about it. I'm a bit fed up that this silly storyline about recreating the wedding photos has come back, because it gets more and more farcical, doesn't it, really? I mean it's 20 years ago, and apparently they got married on a farm. Did I hear that right? Right.
Yes, because her parents had died, and it was...
Yes, and so Akram was asked to marry her to provide protection and so forth, and thank goodness it worked for them, she said. But so Chelsea's going to get her, basically trick her to pose in various costumes so that it can recreate the wedding photos 20 years ago on a farm in Pakistan. I mean, I can see a few problems. I mean, it's going to be stretching AI to make it look convincing myself, but I'm just hoping they'd park that rather stupid storyline, but clearly not. So,
well, sometimes the way Robert comes to the rescue of technological issues in Ambridge, he could write a whole programme to do it. You never know.
He probably invented Chat GTP. What's it called? Chat GTP? GPT. I haven't even got that right. You see. Yes. So, that was daft. Jazza and his silly hat. He wasn't happy with his bells. But he got loads of freebies.
Right top, left top, right top.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to drain the bull of any profit whatsoever and alcohol by having unlimited drink, but there was that story didn't really...
Well, I think they made him work so hard that he had no time to either gorge or drink at the bar dry, by the looks of it. There were some nice moments in that, and I'd had a real visual, mental picture of what was going on, which is always a sign of good radio and good writing, I think. But I thought it was a bit. They spoilt it right at the end when Ike Kenter says, "I hope he doesn't lift his knees too high in case he's a proper Scotsman." I mean, if all the Scottish cliches to come up with, there was no need for that. It's just like, how can we finish this episode? Oh, I know. We'll suggest he's not wearing any pants. But it was better than I feared. I thought this is going to be dire, but actually it was quite sweet, wasn't it?
I preferred it to the Friday ending. Oh, it is a happy Friday.
Oh yes.
Friday. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes.
Never mind. So, who's your star of the week?
I'm struggling, to be honest. I really am. Generally,
I put Rochelle because I just find it so interesting how my view has changed of her, and I feel very protective about her now. I'd love Freddie to be my star of the week, but he needs to focus.
I nearly always have a star, and I really have not got a star.
No star.
I mean,
Starless.
Jazz are at a push for pulling off the Morris dancing and getting over the cultural appropriation that he came up with. So, all right,
coming across as English when he is.
Yeah, and Kent is saying you're totally English. So, yeah, all right, Jazz. Just.
And your twit of the week.
Well, I didn't have one of those either. As I said, it's been one of those weird weeks, but I've decided it's Freddie. I mean, how many more red flags do you need, Freddie? At least he's got suspicions, and he's taking it seriously, unlike Vince, albeit he's looking after his mum. So, Freddie, I think, come on. I mean, how many more areas does Rochelle have to ask to see before you go, hold on, camera, Rochelle, lots of areas? Yeah. But
yes, Freddie, can you hold up this camera for me? Have you got a step ladder so I can just put this camera in for no reason? You can just imagine that now.
So I decided, but I have got a villain of the week, so that's clearly Saskia.
Yes. I suppose I see my twit of the week as anything negative, so I put Saskia in
did you? Right.
as my twit of the week. But twit is a very light term, and you're right, villain is much more appropriate.
Yes. She's more than a twit. She's a nasty piece of work.
She is.
Well, she keeps saying, Rochelle Dunn, you just, explain to us the layout of Casey Meets and we'll do the rest, Unfortunately, although Rochelle probably isn't going to chain herself to any of the machinery, she's going to be identified, isn't she, by Helen, as soon as Helen and the rest of Ambridge see that Saskia is one of those who's been arrested. So Helen's going to put two and two together, and Rochelle is going to be implicated, isn't she? So Rochelle is not going to get away with it, is my prediction.
That's very good. Will Joy try and convince Helen not to dob Rochelle in?
Depends how good the fish finger sandwich is.
I imagine it's very good. But yes, well, I'd wondered about whether Rex or Joy will save Rochelle in the end. I wonder if Rochelle would confide in Rex in the end. I don't know. Any other predictions?
Helen will continue to annoy us.
Yes.
That's a banker. Enough. That is a banker. Have you got any more predictions?
That Casey Meets will stop sponsoring the cricket team because not only are the cricket team not doing very well, but when the animal rights activists strike, the Casey Meets will be losing money and not be able to sponsor them.
Do you think they're going to land this Academy Farmers contract that Freddie's hoping for?
Well, it feels like Saskia's going to strike before then in the killing room, and
right, okay.
As long as Freddie's not killed in the killing room, that's with the lasers, and yes, I'm worried.
There will be no lasers. There will be no lasers in the killing room.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Now, we have had the bank holiday weekend, so we must just remind people of the cast interview that went out on Saturday. It's with Will Scolding, who plays Chris Carter. It's well worth a listen and a watch, so do catch up with that if you haven't already. And click follow and subscribe so you get notifications. And you can do the little bell by the side so you get automatic notifications of when more of our madness arrives. I will be back next Tuesday with Lauren. Until then, it's a goodbye from me.
It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.